You should have two locticians. One, a retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What is that?
Oh, you're still talking. Okay.
Crocheting 3 to 4 times a year, that's very unhealthy. I don't know why he would say that. No more than 2 times a year.
Boy, if you don't believe this, get fired.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. Thanks for stopping by once again. How are you doing? Welcome back. So first of all, my usual disclaimer, please, this video is strictly for educational purposes. Do not go searching for anybody that I talk about in this video. Don't send them any form of hate comment, threats, or violence. This channel does not support any of that. So I came across this video that I think is quite hilarious, and it has a lot of black people, especially people in the Loc community, really flabbergasted. People have been stitching and reacting. Everybody's like surprised, like, who asked you? Okay, this is another one of those videos where the caucasity just comes out. It just comes showing. Okay, so there was this video made by a loctician, a black man who has beautiful locks down to his knees or down to his feet. I don't even know how long they are, but they really look long and luscious and well taken care of. And he was basically advising people on how to care for their locks. And there came this white woman who is a loctician. I'm not trying to shade her, but she feels she knows enough about locks, and she stitched this man's video to actually counter what he was saying, because she feels she has a better advice to give people on how to care for their locks. So I'm just going to go right ahead and play the black man's video, and after that I will play you the stitch of the white woman.
You should have two locticians. One, a retwist expert and a stylist, and the guy who's actually a loctician who's going to lock your hair by crocheting it. Why is that important? Sometimes your retwistician, your stylist, they do amazing styles and amazing retwists, but they really don't serve your hair properly in terms of protecting it from breakage. So you need another loctician who you can go 3-4 times a year to crochet your whole lock, because it's not supposed to be done all the time, and get yourself crocheted and then continue with your stylist. Does it make sense? I was thinking about it and I was like, that's actually a good idea. You should have two locticians. One, a retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why. Having too many hands in your head is never good. You want the same person doing the same thing every time, or else you're going to have inconsistencies in your lock. If you need crochet and your loctician doesn't do crochet, find a new loctician. Crocheting 3 to 4 times a year, that's very unhealthy. I don't know why he would say that. No more than 2 times a year. No more. Anything else is just creating damage. Thirdly, if we're doing a big crochet session, I don't want to see you once a year. I want to see you throughout the month so that I can make sure that the crochet is good. It's thickening, it's holding well, it's not unraveling. If I see you once a year, I'm never going to be able to get you where you need to be. Find you one good loctician that can crochet, that can give you a retie if you need a retie, and that can do regular maintenance and styles. Don't listen to the propaganda.
So having seen that, the stitch that she made obviously has been deleted. I had to find it from other people who reposted it before she deleted it. So she must have deleted it because the comments, people were first of all disagreeing with what she said, and they were also pointing out that she is palm colored. Like, hello, what are you doing in black people's business talking about locks? You don't even have real locks in your hair. You know? So she must have deleted that video because I suppose the heat must have gotten too much for her. But then she made another video explaining what she was trying to say by actually countering what the black man, the original loctician, was saying.
Okay, I sparked a little bit of a debate today in the lock community, but I just want to clarify the point that I'm trying to make. So this is the work from one of the commenters. And before I start, this is no shade to her, no shade to her work. I'm just using her as an example because she does good work. But her crochet appointments aren't that far out from each other. I think she said like every 6 or 11 weeks, something like that. I don't know. But this is what happens when you get crochet more than 2 times a year. You see these little white bulbs all up and down the locks everywhere? Those are hair follicles. That's the hair being ripped out of the scalp and stuck in the lock. If they didn't have locks, you wouldn't know. But a little close up so you can see all up and down the lock. And another person commented and asked me what breakage looks like with crochet maintenance, and this is what it looks like right here. You see this light spot? You see this light spot? You see, oh, I can't go that far over. Light spot, light spot, light spot, light spot. That is breakage. So what lock damage looks like is light spots in the hair where it looks a little bit different in color because the hair is literally breaking. And I can see crochet maintenance, crochet maintenance, crochet maintenance. You got to space them out, sis. Another one, this is the nape area. Same thing. It's too tight. It's too much. It's being overworked. You have to calm down. And I'm not safe. This is one of my clients. It's a transfer client from somebody else. And anything that you see from here down, that's not me. I'm trying to correct this because he was also getting too frequent of maintenance appointments. Interlock at that, which was, but you can save your hair from this damage. All you have to do is space out your crochet appointments. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to step on no one's toes in this industry. I always show love and support wherever I can, whenever I can. But what I'm telling you is that 3 to 4 times a year for crochet maintenance is far too much. You're going to see the damage you're creating down his client's locks. Just space it out. And you know what I'm saying? This person individually already has a skill. She just has to space it out. Tell your clients no. Don't let them bully you into it. I have clients that try to insist on getting crochet maintenance often. You know what I tell them? No, because that's my name on your head. And if you come back with a bunch of little weak spots and little hair follicles open, no, that's on my name. Tell them no. Set some boundaries.
And then I don't know if you guys can tell that the picture in question that she is referring to in that video, that is definitely not a black person's hair. That looks like Caucasian hair. It looks like white hair. And she was trying to talk about why the advice the black man was giving in his original video would not work. And people were pointing out that, okay, yeah, you might have a point, but bear in mind that what you were talking about is for white hair. That this doesn't happen to black hair, meaning the advice that the black man was saying is applicable to black people's hair. And in the comment section, this young lady is there talking about, what do you mean by white hair? And I'm like, how can you be a person that works with hair and you don't know, or you don't want to admit or educate yourself enough to know that there is a clear difference, a stark difference between black people's Afro kinky curly hair and white people's hair? Even though a lot of white people will want to argue that they have curls as well, their hair is coarse, their hair is frizzy, black hair care products work for them, and that is why they also wear bonnets. No matter how coarse or coily your hair is as a Caucasian, it can never be compared to Afro kinky type 4 hair. So she was in the comments fighting for her life, talking about how it's not just white hair, that hair damage happens to black hair as well. And black people are like, no, white woman, you are wrong. And you guys, I took the liberty to go to her page and I saw that she has black clients. But anyway, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and play some of the reactions to this whole mess, and then I'll come back and talk.
1. A retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Nope, we're going to stop you right there. We will not be proceeding any further. Look, man, if there is one thing that white people have plenty of, it's audacity. Because what made her think that she could get on this app looking like a damn La La Loopsy doll, trying to discredit Chris McDread, a professional black loctician? And not only is Chris McDread a professional black loctician, but also he's a professional black loctician that she took a class from. Girl, you trying to tell me you know more than him now? Not you trying to act like the student has surpassed the master, even though your hair ain't even built for locks. To all of my fellow black brothers, sisters, and siblings out there, this is why I've been saying for the longest time, we gotta stop being so damn friendly. We gotta stop being so welcoming. We gotta stop letting any and everybody into the culture, because this is what happens when we let the wrong people in. They get way too comfortable, way too quick, and then they try to take over and act like they were the ones being generous. They were the ones that let us in. Cut that shit out, man. Start gatekeeping.
1. A retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation.
But wait, who invite this young lady to the cookout? Which cousin, uncle, auntie, in-laws invite this young lady to share her opinion about black people crown? Who invites she to the cookout? Young lady, people from the Caribbean have a saying, drink some water and mind your business. Which son-in-law invite this lady to have an opinion on what? Madam, again, we have a saying, drink some water and stay out of black people here.
One, a retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Bethany, please. Not today. I must be a black person who's about to come around the corner and take the phone. Because ain't no way you're talking about yourself. Ain't no way you're using the contraction, which combines the words I and am. I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. You're not going to tell us anything. Because yarn wrapped around the golden retriever bundles does not a lock make. At what point do white people begin to mind their own business? Because y'all spend so much time in other people's business that the stench of your unminded business and your unwashed legs really permeates the air. I have a theory that the reason it's so easy for white people to disrespect other people's culture is because they have no culture of their own. Because in the time that they could have spent building up their own culture, they instead use that time to Christopher Christina Columbus Lopez everything and steal from other cultures. They don't understand the concept of holding something sacred because they have nothing sacred to hold. They have nothing to look at to be like, oh, my people influenced that. Oh, my people created that. That's why it's so easy for them to be like, oh, it's just hair. It's just this, it's just that to you. Because you have nothing that you've, well, y'all do have things that y'all created, but y'all don't like to talk about them because, right? I guess it's more appropriate to say that y'all don't have anything in your history that you've created that you want to take credit for. But if y'all locked in, y'all could come up with some good stuff because I'm not going to lie, some of y'all sayings E. That's rich coming from you. You and what army? Newsflash, buddy, you're barking up the wrong tree. Like, that's what y'all need to focus on because those gotta eat. I don't know. Given that the whole world caters to y'all because of that one little invention that y'all refuse to take credit for, I feel like y'all have more than enough time to focus on yourselves. You worry about your business and we'll worry about ours. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Two locticians. One, a retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Now, huyu ndo nani huyu? Na anaenda wapi? One loctician has locks coming from his scalp, a few feet long. The other one is relying on yarn. Are you not tired of stealing? Are you tired? Yay, hamjachoka kuiba. Actually did a little bit of research and went through your page, and you are actually a very great loctician. But what gets me vexed is the fact that you took his class and you have the audacity to come on here and say, yeah, it was so unfortunate for me to take that class. What? So you took his masterclass to now come and discredit his expertise. Miss Girl. And this is my issue with white folks. I mean, Mumaiba almost 3/4 of Africa. Are you guys not tired? You're not even going after hair. And you conjured up a follow-up video of, an example of what you're talking about, and I'm zooming in closely and I'm seeing white people's scalps. We don't have the same hair types. Mbona utakurusha mkono kwa ugali hujapikiwa? I would have held your hand, but I'm not sympathizing with colonizers today. Why would you insert yourself in a conversation that has nothing to do with you? Genuine question. Anyways, carry on, Miss Girl.
That one white woman on here talking about how you shouldn't have too many people's hands in your hair because she's a loctician specialist from Maryland. The man that she's talking about is a professional. And if you've ever watched professional braiders, okay, they are tension experts. They are not just braiding experts, they're tension experts. And so when you have a team of people trained the same way, they can all do the tension the same. This lady is she's an outlier to black hair, not unlike myself. But when I come, especially because that lady took a class by that man, she took a class by that man. Oh my God. Anyways, when I come into subjects, areas that are not places that I normally go, I come in with humbleness. I come in with respect. I come in with curiosity, and if I don't know what to say or what to do, I shut up. I say all that to say this woman needs to stop trying to educate the community. She just needs to do her little Rachel Dolezal and do her little yarn locks. That's, nobody's coming at you for that. But when you sit there and correct black professionals regarding their own hair, their own style, their own technique, their own training, their own team, you're outside your bounds. You're outside your bounds, loctician specialist. Yeah. So I say all that to say she's not wrong, but she's not right. Because if you've seen work done, like in Africa, you have 2 and 3 people working on the same head. the braids look immaculate. The braids are all uniform. They all look the same. That's because those ladies and gentlemen are tension experts. But God forbid we have some nuance in a conversation about we know nothing about.
A retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
No, you are not. No, you are not. You don't go here. You're not qualified for this conversation. Exit stage left, please.
A retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
So I saw this video a couple of days ago, and I was going to let it slide because, number one, I actually don't disagree with what she's saying in the video. And number two, I try not to engage with white people with dreads. I just don't. Personal preference. But then earlier today, I was watching a response video or a stitch of her video, and someone posted this. For those of you who aren't sure what you're seeing in this picture, this is a photograph of the woman in the video I'm stitching in a photograph with the man in the video that she is stitching. She had taken one of his courses on being a loctician or locksmith. She'd attended his class and took this photo during that seminar. I'm not saying that anyone is above critique, but I feel some type of a way about a white woman leaving her neck of the woods, going to where a black man resides, learning information from him, gathering that information, going back to her home, putting that information to use to her own financial benefit, editing, repackaging that information, and then setting herself up as the expert. This is literally the premise of Bring It On. This is the type of shit the Clovers had to deal with. Get it off my For You page.
Okay, I sparked a little bit of a debate today in the lock community, but I just want to...
Do your community a favor. Do us white people a favor, my love, and just... What you think you're doing, you're not doing. And what you think you're giving, you're not giving it. You're giving microaggressive. Maybe macro. But, just take that out, my love. We can do better.
One, a retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Y'all see what I see? I know you see what I see. Before I get into this, let me go ahead and do a disclaimer, because typically when I make videos about race, I got people jumping in these DMs saying, you're not even all the way black, so why would you have an opinion? My daddy is black, my kids are black, a lot of my siblings are black, and typically when I sit on a dick, most of the time it's black. So I'm about as black as you could possibly be. I just happen to have a white mama. Now let's get into this, because the caucasity coming from this video really irks my nerves, because I don't like it when people get into other people's business and ain't got nothing to do with them. Am I doing that right now? Absolutely. But I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm allowed to do that, and I'm an eldest daughter, so you can't really tell me what I can and cannot do. I don't like it when you try to talk about somebody's work or say that somebody is spreading misinformation when they're giving their opinion. You were wrong. You have mountains and hills and valleys with them damn roots that you have in your head and a whole kindergarten craft ass yarn basket. Okay, I don't know if it's the synthetic chemicals that are seeping through your brain from that yarn that made you think that it was okay for you to say something to this man who showed you his nice, beautiful, clean work. But I think that you need to make sure that you get some natural fiber yarn to put in your head. And I'm not saying that you can't have yarn and crochet all up in your head. That's what you want to do you, boo boo. But mind your business. This ain't got shit to do with you. You can have an opinion, but you need to go ahead and just tell it to your backwoods ass cousin instead of trying to get on the melanated folks' business, get on Hallie and Chloe Bailey's internet and try to tell this black man about how he handles and what he does and his opinion on black hairstyles. Please have the day that you deserve. Walk into a door, then walk out of it.
I'm not gonna come from the dreads in your head like everybody else is already taking care of that, right? And I will tell you to stay out of black people business. However, you took a class from the person that you're trying to undermine. Can you make that make sense, sis? Bookie boo. Can you make that make sense? He said what he said. You paid to go to class with him and learn from him, but now you're trying to undermine him? And it looks like you just started, 2024? It's 2025. You're only a year in? You don't even have the credentials to speak. Come on now. Please make it make sense.
You see, the part that I didn't even know was that she had actually taken a class from this particular black loctician before. People went and dug up those pictures. See, people on the internet have a lot of time. People have a lot of time on the internet. If you are able to come out and do something that gets you on their radar, they are ready to dig up whatever it is they can dig up about you. So they went and dug up a picture of her that she took when she went to a class this black loctician actually held. And people are like, oh, not only do you think you can stick your nose in black people's business, teaching us how to care for our hair, you're actually at this point trying to teach your teacher. Like, how does that work? Someone you went to learn from not long ago, now you're out here trying to correct him, and it's just crazy. And this is just one of the things black people always complain about, how they see something on black people, they obviously admire it, and they go there, take from it, and then try to make it their own and make it look like they originated it. So now she has learned from this black loctician, and now she's trying to appear more knowledgeable than him, and it just, I don't know, it's weird. But, well, she has black clients and she has black apprentices. But anyway, I want you guys to let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comment section. I don't really know a lot about Locs, so those of you who know, please let us know in the comment section. Was she right with what she was saying, or do you think she was just getting attacked for no reason? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.